First of all, folks, I really appreciate your time for being connected today. Okay, so let me know if you can see the screen. Chicos, me hacen saber si escuchan, si me escuchan bien o se escucha la lluvia, porque aquí está lloviendo fuerte. Okay, folks. We got this one. Don't forget the participation will be assessed. Okay, will be assessed. Remember that every single Sunday you accumulate 1 point in the terms of 15 points, right? So today you will be gaining that point through the participation, through sharing your idea, providing examples, and answer some questions, right? Okay, we're gonna start introducing the class of today. So this is related to the unit number 2, which is types of conditionals. Remember that in the previous class we were discussing the first conditional, right? The usage, the meaning, and the form. In this session, we're gonna discuss the second conditional, okay? So we're not gonna see the structure that this conditional use, its meaning, its form, and its use, and the subjunctive form of verb be. So as objective, we have the three objectives: recognize the structure and use of the second conditional, apply second conditional in hypothetical, present, or in the future situations, and develop reflective practice on correct hypothetical usage. Okay. So I would like to start with some questions. Okay, I would like to listen to you, and let's see the first one. What would you do if you were given the opportunity to study abroad for free?
I would take it without think.
Without thinking, right? Very good. What else? Who else? Just I'm taking notes. When you're gonna tell an answer, please say your name, okay? Okay, Cindy, go ahead.
Well, you already said my name, so yeah, I would definitely take it with no doubt about it.
Okay, good. Yeah, say your name because you raised your hand.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's see the second question. If he had the chance to redesign the education system in your country, what changes would you make?
Hello, Archimedes. Good evening, teachers
Evening.
and classmates. Well, I will be promote the reading club and conversation club in the education programs.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Archimedes. Do we have another volunteer? Okay, let's move on to question number 3. How would you react if your supervisor assigned you a task outside your area of expertise?
I will take the chance, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to complete it.
Could I have your name, please?
Katia,
Okay, thank you, Kathia. Thank you very much. Someone else for question number 3?
It's the same answer as Katya. We can try to do it and do our best, but it's not like a guarantee that we can do everything. And I'm Seleni.
Okay, very good. Without getting upset, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's move on to question number 4. If you were invited to give a public speech in English, how would you prepare for it?
Okay, so I would say that uh first of all, don't be nervous and just try to think that you have the control at that point and try to be yourself in your speaking, basically.
Okay, very good, very good. Let's hit the next question. What would you do if you had to teach a class without access to technology or materials?
Marta, I would say that could be the correct form to teach something because we don't in that case we don't have some interruptions that have now.
Okay, very good. Someone else for the same
Hey,
question?
teacher. Hi,
Hello.
Alicia. I think teachers that before the teacher don't use technology to teach whatever topic. So in that case, I would like to do the best class for the students and try to explain and try to use whatever skills that I can use with them so they can understand the lesson
Yeah.
with example with images that maybe you can use in a paper in chart paper
Mm-hmm.
or something like that.
Okay, very good, very good. Now let's move on to question number 7. How would you respond if your students constantly interrupted your class? Good question.
Well, in my case, I think that I'm gonna take the student out and I'm gonna have a conversation with him, asking if I can help it with something or if he needs something from me or how can I help to not get distracted.
Very good. Okay. Let's see the second next question. If he had the financial means to open your own language institute, what would it be like? For those students who want to be an English teacher in the future, how many of you have thought to be your own language institute?
Me,
Nobody?
Professor, I'm
Yeah.
Jocelyn.
Okay.
Okay, if I have the financial means to open my own language institute, I would like to start like trying to help like reading, also speaking, focus on like reading because I saw some people that have problems with reading. So I think it's important that you need to improve and you need to teach some students for that. And I would like to start like teaching first, like to comprehension to reading. And I will say just that.
Okay, very good. Someone else? Last opinion for the question number 8.
Well, I think in my opinion, I would like to start with listen to music because in that case you can improve your listening skills. You can learn so much from music, like the way the native speaker speaks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Now let's hit the last question. This is gonna be just because of the time. If he had to choose between earning a higher salary abroad or staying to support your local community, what would you decide and why?
I would decide to support my local community because it's something that I really love. I love to teach, and I think that's the best um, way to help the community.
Okay, good.
I would say, Marta, and if I have a higher salary, I I will support my local community too.
Okay, good, good. Okay, folks. We're gonna move on to to the explanation of the second conditional, but first of all, I would like to know if you got some question about this one. Sorry, if you got some knowledge, some idea about this. Okay, let me tell you folks that the second conditional, okay, is gonna be used when we want to talk about imaginary or hypothetical situation, okay, that are not true or unlikely to happen. And this could be in the present or in a near future, okay? So the structure, folks, that we got here, um, in the if condition, we're gonna use the if, the hypothetical if, plus the simple past. So when I say simple past, we need to write a complete sentence, okay, with this grammar tense. And then the main clause or result, we have the would plus the base form of the verb, okay? So we got the two elements that compound conditional, okay, whatever conditional. So here we got the second one. So let's see an example. If you were to discover that she had a terminal illness with only 1 day left to live, how would you choose to spend your remaining time? So before answering that question, folks, I would like you to use this structure, okay? Like if I had, ¿verdad? If I had a terminal illness with only 1 day left to live, I would what? I'm all ears. Hello?
Teacher, we need to answer the question or give example with that structure.
I, answer the question, but in your answer, try to use the structure that we have above. Do you understand? Okay.
If I discover that I have a terminal illness with only 1 day left to live, I would like to eat my favorite food.
And what it is? Which one
I would like to eat my favorite food.
is your favorite food?
Can you hear me, teacher?
If you mention your favorite food, I didn't hear you.
I need to read all the sentences.
To
Okay.
be honest,
Yeah,
Professor, I don't get it.
I
folks,
said,
can you
if
hear me?
yes, I can hear
Okay.
you. I said, if I discover that I had a terminal illness with only 1 day left to live, I would like to eat my favorite food.
And then I asked you, what is your favorite food?
Ah, arroz a la valenciana.
Okay, very good. Very good. Yeah, it's so delicious. It's so delicious. Okay. So now, someone else?
Me. Can you hear
Okay.
me? Can you hear me, teacher?
Yes.
Okay, so if I were to discover that I had a terminal illness with only 1 day left to live, I would choose to eat all young food I can have, or something like that. Yes.
Amazing. Good. Okay, very good. Next.
Me,
Me,
Professor. Jocelyn.
Yes.
If I were to discover that I have a terminal illness, I would like to spend my time with my parents
Okay,
and have
good.
a good time, like eating something or enjoying just the time with my parents.
Okay, good. Someone else?
Me, teacher.
me, Alicia.
Go ahead.
And if I were to discover that I have a terminal illness with only one day, I would like to have the last dinner with all my family and eat my favorite food.
Great. The last three students.
Um, Me, teacher Alondra.
Go ahead, Alondra.
If I discover that I had a terminal illness, I would like to spend my remaining time with my family, and I would like to have a last dinner, maybe lasagna or hamburgers.
Great. Great. Good. Who else? Two more.
Me, teacher, can you hear me?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. If I discover that I have a terminal illness with only one day left, I would like to go at the beach and walking on the sands because I really like to go to the beach. This one is going to be my last day just on the beach.
And see the sunset, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, very good. The last one.
Okay, teacher Artemis. Well, if I to discover have a terminal illness, I suppose so. I could spend my time with my family, and I I think I spend my time in the beach because I love the beach on Apoyo Lagoon.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Very good. Now, folks, so let's move on to the meaning and use of the second conditionals, and we got a question here. What expresses the second conditionals? As I said before, folks, so the second conditional express imaginary or hypothetical situation that probably can happen or not in the present or in a near future, okay? But this is like unlikely situations, okay? So that is the expression of that. And between the common uses that we got for this is conditional, we have a real or imaginary situation. For example, if I were rich, I would buy a house by the beach. Another usage that we got for this conditional is when we want to give some advice. Like, if I were you, I would talk to your supervisor. Or, if I were you, I wouldn't do that. Okay. Another usage that we got is when we want to express dreams or ambitions. For example, if I had a chance, I would study in the United Kingdom. Okay. And the last one is when we want to express hypothetical changes or improvement, like if governments invested more in education, people would have better opportunities, right? So now I got a question. Why the verb be? If you analyze the examples that we got there, um, for example, in the number one and number two, we got if I were rich and if I were you. So why do you think that we are using where and if we got I? Because remember that the past of the verb be, we have was and were, right? And Was is used with I and the third person singular, and where with the third person in plural, sorry. But why in this case we have where instead of was? That's why is my question. Why the verb be?
Me, teacher.
Yes.
Alondra. Where is it used where because it's the structure for the conditional,
How
second
so?
conditional. And in always use where for the to be verb.
Okay, good. Someone has something different, another opinion about it?
I think it's for the main reason because we have if in the first, like the structure, except that like if you have if in the beginning of a sentence and you are talking about hypothetical, uh, like expressions, something like that, you need to use word. Like I don't remember how to say hipotéticos, algo así.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember how to pronounce, but it's necessary to have word instead of like verb in the base form.
Okay, good. Folks, so what we got where? So remember that the verb be can work in the indicative mode. So when we are using the indicative mode is when we use was and where. And as you already know, and as I said before, so was is with I and the third person singular, and where with the third person plural, right? So that is the indicative mode. But when we have the subjunctive, so in this one, we're gonna use where, as you said, right? We're gonna use where only. I'm not saying that if you say, for example, on the first example, if I was rich, I would buy a house by the beach. I'm not saying that is bad, but it's informal, okay? Because when we talk about conditionals, especially the second one, and we are using the verb be, so we use the subjunctive mode. And when we have this, where is the only word that we have to use, no matter which subject pronoun we are using, right? Quite understood, right? So I'm gonna stop here to note if you got some questions, folks, before continuing up, or everything's clear as the rain is falling now. Okay, I'm going to interpret your silence as everything's clear, okay? So let's see the conclusion, folks. So we're going to end it, okay? So let's see the conclusion, and I would like to listen to you. At least two students per question. Let's see the first one. How do you think using the second conditional helps you express your ideas more clearly in formal conversation? I don't want to mention the name of the students, just keep it up. Chicos, mientras van pensando en su respuesta, necesito que en el chat me vayan dejando su nombre. No sé qué está pasando con mi computadora, no le puedo tomar el screenshot donde sale toda la
Profe,
lista. Dígame,
no nos va a dar advice about our next exam.
¿cómo no? Necesito solo que terminemos este reflection y después hablamos sobre el examen. Ok, go ahead, Cindy.
Excelente.
Uh, Professor, can I answer the first question?
Of course.
Yeah, using the second conditional helps me express hypothetical, like, or imaginary situation in a polite and clear way. Also allows me to discuss possibilities or give opinions without sounding too direct or unrealistic. I think that is the pronunciation. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, which is important in a formal context. That's that's all.
Yeah, pretty good. I would like to listen the last three students were connected now. A los últimos tres que se conectaron ahorita, me gustaría escuchar. Let's move on to the second question. If you could give advice to someone who struggles with conditional sentences, what would you tell them? Once at a time, folks.
May I?
Of course.
Sorry. So I think that the advice that I can provide to someone who is struggling with this conditional in a specific would be at the very end, it's like to discuss or express hypothetical or unreal situations, either in present or future.
Yeah.
So
Good.
I would try to like keep it simple and explain first the structure so they can make it up and they can have their ideas clear about the topic.
Great. Great. Let's see the third question. How might understanding unreal situations in English help you communicate more effectively in real life discussions? No one's. Let's move on to the last one. If you were to apply the second conditional in your professional context, in what kinds of situations would you use it?
May I? I think nobody wants to answer your question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. In my case, I will use it when I'm like making polite suggestions, analyzing hypothetical problems, or discussing possible solutions at work. I have one example for that. So if we had more time, we will finish the project faster.
Okay, good. Jocelyn, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, chicos, pues,
Marta,
okay, go ahead.
if I were to apply the second conditional in my professional context, I will use it to give some advice at my friends.
Okay, good, good. Folks,
I would,
yeah, go ahead.
sorry, I
Don't
don't
worry.
mean to interrupt you. I would use it, well, as Marta said, to give like advice to my colleagues or also making any polite request.
Okay. Muchísimas gracias, Cindy, por participar bastante. Good. Chicos, vean, entonces, o más bien escuchen, ¿verdad? Aquí pues estaríamos finalizando lo que es la sesión del día de hoy, ¿verdad? Correspondiente al segundo condicional. Espero hayamos entendido un poco. Yo sé que ustedes tienen cierto conocimiento sobre esto. De igual manera van a encontrar documentos, ¿verdad? En la plataforma y este documento, ¿verdad? Que usé ahorita en acá, pues lo voy a subir, ¿verdad? Para que ustedes lo puedan ver ahí. Ahora, con respecto al examen, chicos, que me imagino que es la pregunta que todos tienen, eh, no voy a incluir los que son los condicionales. Eso lo vamos a dejar para el examen final, ¿verdad? porque todavía nos falta ver otros condicionales, ¿verdad? Entonces necesito combinar todos los condicionales y ver qué tanto dominan lo que es la parte de la estructuración de cada uno de ellos, ¿verdad? Por ende, el examen solo viene con los cuatro tiempos gramaticales en pasado. Simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous, ¿ok? Entonces les sugiero que se enfoquen en esos cuatro tiempos gramaticales, ¿verdad? Todo lo que tenga que ver con ellos, ¿verdad? Y pues estén más que ready para el domingo. El domingo les estaré dando ya su nota del acumulado y ese mismo día revisaré el examen, ¿verdad? Les entrego sus exámenes y también sus notas, ¿vale?
Bien, profe.
Ok,
No pueden
chicos,
ser así
¿cómo?
las clases,
¿Cómo? ¿Online?
así en línea.
Online.
Mm, no,
Una vez,
no.
aunque sea otra vez, profe.
Remember
Otro
this.
día, sí.
Remember this. An apples a day keeps the doctor away, ¿ok? Entonces, chicos, si no hay preguntas, pues gracias, ¿verdad? Una vez más por haberse conectado y aquí estaríamos finalizando la sesión, ¿ok? Cualquier cosa, consulta, ahí está el grupo de WhatsApp y con gusto aclararemos todo, ¿ok?
Okie dokie.
Okay. Have a good night.
The
Good
same for
night.
See
all of
you
you.
guys.
The
See
same
you
for
Buenas
all
guys.
of you.
noches.
Bye.
Teacher,
Bye.
Bye.
Bye
bye.
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 Bye bye.